Welcome to PillowTalk, Soul and Me. Tonight's episode is called The Man Who Spoke in Rivers. A gentle, true story to settle your nervous system and soothe the soul. You're invited to listen with your heart or simply rest. And if this story resonates, do share it with someone who needs a moment of peace. And you can also like, follow or subscribe to receive further episodes. Now, let's begin. Episode 5. The Man Who Spoke in Rivers. He was a strong man, a hard man, a man who had held too much for too long. His body was armour, solid from service, brittle from silence. Years in the police force have carved him into someone or something closed, and he knew it. He didn't come for therapy, he came because the pain in his back finally outran the pain in his pride. We sat across the room still together. No small talk, no storytelling, just the sound of breath and the echo of what was never said. I asked him gently, if you were out in nature today, not a person, not a role, just something, what would you be? He paused. He looked at me with a strange look and then said, his shoulders softened just slightly, and then he whispered quietly, a trout. In a cold, clean Scottish loch, fast, clear, free, young, agile. And that's where it all changed. That day, he didn't talk about trauma. He didn't need a therapist to decode his memories. He didn't need a vocabulary of grief. He swam. He let that trout guide him through the entire treatment. Body massage. Only this was slightly different because he had to remember and run a little video. There he was in his Scottish loch, this fresh trout, and he let that trout guide him through the entire treatment, through his hands, through his tissues, through the tangled weight of his nervous system. He became that trout, and by doing so, he became someone else too. Someone who could feel again, who felt, who could flow again, who could believe that healing was possible, even after duty, even after war, even after silence. And all he had to do was gently breathe and notice the rhythm of his own breath. How do you feel your walk has changed? What have you noticed that is different? And he said quietly as he stood in the gap in the door, that trout saved my life. You didn't ask me to explain anything. You let me become someone else. He found his faith again. He trained as a counsellor. He now walks beside others who ache, like he once did. Because one day, in a quiet room, a little oasis in a garden, he met himself in a loch. And as I reflected this story to Saul, he whispered, "The body remembers what the mouth cannot say. And healing doesn't always speak in words. Sometimes it swims." Let's bring this story gently to your body now. I invite you, if you feel comfortable enough, safe enough, and in your uncomfortable place where your head can be supported by the pillow or the floor or even the chair. Close your eyes and let the breath soften, in through the nose, out through the mouth, or whichever way is comfortable for you. No need to change the rhythm. Ask yourself gently, if I were a creature, an object, or an element in nature today, what would I be? Wait for the image. It may come softly, it may surprise you. When it arrives, ask, is that how I want to feel? What does that image teach me about what I need? Hold that image like a pebble in your palm and carry it into your dreams. Let your breath rise and fall like a feather drifting down, and feel the hush of soft waves as they cradle your chest. Let your thoughts melt into stillness. You are safe here. You are home. You are home. If this story soothed you, pass it on. Share it with someone tender, or tired, or trying. And remember, you can follow or subscribe to receive more quiet moments like this. From silence to story, from body to breath, from pain to the pulse of the river. He held, and so can you. Open the door tomorrow. Join me today. This was Saul and me. Pillow Talk. Tweet, tweet, my lovelies.